Hey, what's up, guys? Well, let's go back here, and today we are going to be playing some Astral Automaton Priest. Why? I want to punch people with a robot. I feel like that's understandable, right? Like, I feel like everybody wants to assault someone else with a robot. And I think the best deck for that would be this one. So, with that being said, let's queue up the first game. And let's see how it goes. Alright, guys, yeah. With that being said, I will see y'all there. Alright. Game 1. I have to remember to go get the intro from the other clip I recorded. You might be asking yourself, what do you mean the other clip you recorded? Well, I talked about some stuff in that video, or that part, that I might want to try to remember to talk about, but we'll talk about them. Probably get to a point of talking about it. There's like 2 big points. But last night, I guess I need to preface this was part of what I talked about earlier, but in the failed 2 games we recorded that we won. The fuck is this? This like buff a beast? Get a random beast. Give a random beast in your hand plus 1 attack. 8 cost 1? That's really good. So my brother is going to Japan, I believe in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not exactly sure what day he leaves on, but he's going to Japan. Fuck is this? Oh, 2 is a 3/3. After your attacks, okay, that's fine. So yeah, my brother's going to Japan, and I don't remember if I said it in the intro or not, but I'm exhausted right now. I had to be up at 5 o'clock because he's trying to book tickets to the Pokemon Cafe in Tokyo. Turns out they sell it fucking instantly. So last night we were trying to find a way to reserve him tickets. Did not go immediately. We sadly didn't get any for the first day he wanted, but he's going for 2 weeks, I believe. So we're trying for the second week, because he's gonna spend a whole week in Tokyo. Turns out there's a lot to fucking do in Tokyo. Who would have guessed? We have a lot of fucking action. 6, 10, 14, 20. Pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna be trying again tonight, but I was up basically up until like 6:30 last night because like they open up, at least where I live, at 5 o'clock. And there's 3 different options. There's 3 different opportunities to book a ticket for that day. 6 o'clock, 6:20, 6:40. But then by the time, you brush your teeth and you get all ready for bed, it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock of when I actually fell asleep. Then I woke up, I woke up at like 1:30 today. So 7 o'clock to 1:30 is like, what, 6.5 hours? I still feel fucking exhausted and I feel fucking drained, but comes with also having to work later. Anyways, I'm gonna finish talking about this in the next game. Alright. Next game, Death Knight. Interesting. So yeah, so we're doing the same thing again tonight, which means I'm probably not staying awake again until 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning in order to help him. Even though I'm exhausted, probably take a nap for like an hour and a half. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I have to work again tomorrow. Tonight. As this video goes up tonight. For me, that's tomorrow. Again, I've mentioned this in the videos before. I don't know how many people think about it the same way I do. But in my head, a day starts when I wake up and ends when I go to bed. Fucks me over if I stay awake for like 48 hours straight or longer, seeing that to me that's like one day. And I remember the first time I was awake for 48 hours and I had work throughout like 2 different periods throughout that day, those 2 days. It's basically, I think it was like a Wednesday. I woke up like midday, left to work, got home on the Wednesday, had to work on a school project, never ended up going to sleep before I had to go to school, went to work afterwards on the Thursday, and I went to sleep midday on the Friday. So it was something psycho like that. I remember the first time that happened. And then, like, I say, hey, what's up? I saw you earlier today. And my coworker's like, no, you saw us yesterday. I'm like, oh, yeah. Kind of forgot. I have not gone to sleep yet. And they just looked at me like, what the fuck you mean you have not gone to sleep yet? I'm like, yeah, you see? I explained, like, so, wait, you still think it's Wednesday? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yo, it's Thursday. I'm like, yeah, and it's gonna be Friday night, or Friday midday by the time I go to sleep. So, Wednesday just lasted 48 hours. And they looked at me like, you're fucked in the head, man. Like, go home and get some sleep. I'm like, nah, I have shit I need to do. And finished my shift, went home, finished up the project, and then, yeah. It was a wild night. Day. Period. This is, man, that's fine. He plays something else, a Nightshade Potion, Astral, copy the Astral with power Chord. Can't do that now. Embalming Ritual off the top, let's go. Hate this game. I want to do this, but I don't think I can, realistically. I'm just gonna summon it here. It's fine. Yeah. I think that was the main things I talked about. Being tired and that. Oh, and I guess that leads to what I was gonna talk about the video and why I failed at recording 2 different pieces of gameplay. So, I think he's playing the deck I was playing a while back, like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. But, so, in that period of basically staying awake, because if I go to sleep, I'm not waking up to help him out. So, again, it's pretty much the reason why today I'm going to end up staying awake. I was just playing random Hearthstone games. I was trying to upgrade my Reno Demon Hunter deck. And ended up, I don't want this to die. Keep that on there. I have 1 dead. Yeah, I have 1 dead. Okay, let's just jam. Yeah, so I was playing it in casual. And I didn't remember that I was playing casual last night. So I queued up games and I recorded them. I forgot they have a board wipe. Forgot about that. That's fine. I have a 6/6, turns into an 8/8. Okay, it is what it is. What's the worst that could happen? He has another Pyromancer plus Poisonous spell. I mean, the deck does play 2, so odds is he does. And then I bitch about it, and I die. It is what it is. Besides that, I don't think that deck has any real burst, so should be fine. So yeah, so I was playing casual, trying to upgrade it, trying to actually draw fucking Man-Bear Pig. Failed at drawing Man-Bear Pig, believe it or not. I played like 3 games, didn't fucking see a single game. I was fucking tilted. He's dead. But yeah. So I failed at recording, I think it was like, ended up being like 15 minutes, so. I have to remember to go grab the intro from that video, because I like stopped that so I actually have a time for how much I'm recording for here. So yeah. I guess with that being said, let's skip the next one. Alright. I roll this whole hand. I have no idea Astrals playing against what I'm assuming is gonna be. It's so hard to predict Paladin because there's 4 playable Paladin. Okay, so it's Uther combo. But yeah, there's 4 fucking playable Paladin decks. There's Call to Arms, there's Uther Exodia, there's Holy Wrath, and there's Libram. There's 4. And in the top 7 most popular decks, there are all 4 in it. When I was looking at HS, what is this? HS Guru, there was, I believe, I mean, I can show it, right? Meta Wild. I don't know if it's changed. And I click on popularity. In the top 7 decks, there is, right, so top 7 would be, even in the top 6, there's 4 of them. In the top 7, you have Highlander Shaman, Holy Wrath. These are all above 5%, or even if we go top 8, it's still half of the top 8. But look at these percentages. People that said I was whack for saying that everyone's playing the same deck. This is an old deck, this is an old deck, this is an old deck. I did not mean to click on that. So for the top 3 decks, no new cards played in it. No new cards. I mean, I guess I can click on here. Here, let me play out some robots. Some big ass robots. But is there any? It doesn't give me a deck list. But if I'm not mistaken, no new cards, new cards, no new cards, no new cards, no new cards. So in the top, the decks that have a 5+% play rate, there are no new cards. Even no new cards, no new cards. Don't know if there's no new cards in Highlander Mage. So there's one deck that's fucking in the top 10 that are playing new cards. This is what I'm getting at. The fact that none of these decks are new. This was at the top of the meta. It was Highlander Paladin. Oh, did I not click end turn? If I didn't click end turn, I'd be like an asshole. But sorry, I'm ranting, and therefore it's okay. But yeah, this is what I'm getting at. Also, look at these fucking percentages. 10% almost of the meta is Shadow Priest. There is no new cards in that deck. It has been the same for fucking like a year at this point. Since Benedictus has been released, pretty sure like maybe 3 or 4 cards has changed total in that deck. Benedictus came out a long time ago. And this is why I'm pissed about there being nothing fucking new. Right? Again, I can understand if you think that I'm over-exaggerating or whatever. Cool. Don't mind. It is what it is. We are allowed to have our differing opinions. But I'm just so fucking tired. I think Benedictus, first of all, just remove Benedictus. Right? In my head, as much as I like Wild not having any bans and I like everything being playable, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm pretty sure most people are gonna disagree with me, but I would really like to see a world where Benedictus gets banned, Ice Block gets banned, Libram of Justice gets, or Libram, whatever the +3/+3 that you return to your hand gets banned. As much as I hate to say it, most likely, the fucking robot, the 2-drop robot that makes your hero power cast twice. And this way you just have, hear me out, a new fucking format. Right? By changing those 4 cards, basically, you remove Uther, so you remove Highlander Paladin. You remove Imbue Mage by, is it Beatbox? It's not Beatbox, that's the Battlegrounds card. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The 1/4 makes your hero power cast twice. You remove Imbue Mage and you remove Uther Paladin. Honestly, probably Ceaseless Expanse is actually an answer as well to be removed. This way you remove Holy Wrath. Ice Block to prevent the fucking Mage Stall bullshit. Benedictus, which severely dampens Aggro Priest. And what other decks are there? Why am I blanking on them? So yeah, Shadow Priest, that answer to answer. I have no idea what the fuck this plays. I think Cult Arms Paladin is fine. Imbue Mage would be answer, that would be better. And as much as I again hate to say it, probably Shadowwalk. Or Astalor. Astalor is actually potentially the correct answer. And this way, removing those 5 cards just shakes up the meta so much that I think it would make it significantly more diverse, but it also allow people to start having a little bit more creativity with decks to climb with. To be fair, again, I don't think it would be a proper solution, and I think, again, I'm a firm believer that every meta should always be monitored for every format. And then if you do realize that something's been at the top for too long, that's when you take action. You shouldn't take action because a deck is a flavor of the month and everyone's saying it's broken, right? If it stays at the top and it stays at the highest play rate and nothing changes after like 2-3 months, it's not a flavor of the month. It's not a flavor of the week deck. There's how many times have we seen a deck that was like super popular for like a week or two and then popularity of it fell off the fucking cliff? It's happened a lot. So I think it would be really nice just to see a huge shakeup with just 5 cards banned temporarily. And then maybe a year down the line they bring them back in and they change other things. And this way you just shake up the meta. I just want to see a fucking huge meta shake. Or print actual good counters to these decks. But I think the idea of a card that's like a 1-mana 1/3 that discards a card out of your opponent's hand at the end of the turn would be a little broken. I'd play the fuck out of that. That sounds like a fun ass card to play. Anyways, I actually kind of want to talk about what in my head would be good solutions to fix these type of things. We'll talk about it in the next game. All right. Fourth game. So, okay, if I'm wrong and people think I'm insane for this point of view, call me the fuck out. I am very curious actually to have a conversation about this topic. I think a really good answer, and that would hit a lot of decks, and I'm like, the only thing in my head that makes me worried is I feel like it'd be an auto-clued in basically every off-meta deck, and I don't want to create one card that's like that, because then that's not fun either, right? If it's just a card where you know, like, you're basically building a 28 or 38 card deck, or 29, 39 card if you're playing Reno, right? To be fair, if you're playing Reno, you're already building like a fucking 20 card deck, right? You have Reno Thal, you have ETC, you have whatever. But like a 1-mana 1/3 or 1-mana 1/2 that discards a card from both players' hands at the end of turn. So hear me out. Yes, this effect is insanely good, but it hits you. So if you're playing Reno, it can toss your Reno. If you're playing Aggro, it can toss your Board Wipe. It can do like all these type of things. But it also means that like if you landed on one, right? You know, you could discard the card that like reduces the cost of a Libram, you can discard like the weapon for Libram, or you know, the one drop pirate from Aggro Priest, or you know, a Mind Blast, or the Libram of Justice, or Holy Wrath, or Uther, or whatever. It would be a card that I think personally would lean very well into the meta. It would end up fucking over combo, don't get me wrong, right? It's a must answer for combo, and if you don't have an answer, you're probably fucked. You could even make it a 1/2. I wouldn't say a 1/1 because then it would hit Mage a lot less. Right, because in my head it would be a really good card at dealing with Aggro Mage. Or Imbue Mage or Hostage Mage. Right? If you discard their ice blocks, or you discard their right. It's like basically Dirty Rat on crack, but it also hits you, which is why I think it's fair. You know, and it's also not a dead card late game, right? Against one of these big combo decks, you know, you can make them toss their Aviana, you can make them toss their Malagos, you can make them toss again Uther, their Nozdormu, what like, or is it Nozdormu? Which is the dragon that gives the +8/8, or that gives everybody a million mana? Can't think of the fucking name of that card. I'll be honest. Well, you know, again, if you guys think I'm fucking fucked in the head for this idea of creating, and again, don't get me wrong, I think it'd be a very, very strong card, and I think it would also be almost an auto include in every deck, because it would help deal with problematic. That is an insane Kazakus potion. I'm gonna miss this res. I'm gonna bitch about it. Oh, I'm fucking godlike. Sorry. I have to stroke my ego a little bit. Stroke my cock, basically. But yeah. Again, if you guys have ideas of other cards, or you think my card is just way too strong, tell me. But in my head, it's basically Thoughtseize. For those who have played Magic, it's basically a fucking Thoughtseize. And I really like Thoughtseize in Magic. And again, in Magic, I play combo decks, right? I'm a big combo deck player in Magic. I play Amulet Titan, right? So if I'm voting for let's put a card like Thoughtseize into the game, it means that there's probably something a little bit overtuned somewhere. Or to be fair, just fucking print Thoughtseize. 1 mana, 1 cost spell. He's about to be really sad when he looks in my hand. Don't take my Confuse. Just get +4 attack, so they're at 9. It's lethal. I didn't miscount, right? Oh, I did. Beautiful. God, I feel good at this game. But yeah. I think a card like Thoughtseize would be very, very beneficial to Hearthstone as a whole. Also, is Astral Automaton Priest just, like, actually still playable? I think it is. I punch people in face with robot is fun. Anyways, let's keep the next one. Alright, another Paladingo. It's one of the 4 top 6 decks in the game. The fact that that's an actual stat is... Last time there was a deck or a class that was that prevalent, was that like that Druid period in Frozen Throne? Where the entire meta was just people playing Druid? Might be. That period was so wild. It was so wild because, to be fair, I don't know how many of you guys were playing back then. At least, if I'm remembering correctly, this is really good here. If this survives, this is insanely good. But no, if you guys, you know, I don't know if you guys were playing, but when Frozen Throne, sorry, I was closing my watch box. I have a box that's just designed to store watches. I have to take out my smartwatch to charge it because I need it for tomorrow. Actually, I want it for tomorrow, so. There was a period right as Frozen Throne came out when Spreading Plague was 5 mana, and Ultimate LUL was still 10 mana, but it was, or Ultimate Infestation. I don't know how many of you guys remember the meme of Ultimate LUL. That was a good ass meme. But it was like by far like the strongest class, and it was. I remember when Tempo Storms used to still have their meta snapshots. I don't know if they're still available on their website. Can I go all the way back to them? Oh, look, we won another game. Who knew that this... Oh, they just straight up closed the website. Wild. I didn't realize they actually just shut down Tempo Storm, but they did apparently. Anyways, we have time for one last game, and I'll finish what I was talking about then. Alright. Priest. Finally got a Shadow Priest. With how high percentage are they? Well, I guess played 6 games. I've seen 1. Checks out, I guess. This is a really fucking bad matchup, though. This can actually be used to lower his overall damage. Let's do this. Yeah, so there was at one point, I believe it was right as Frozen Throne came out. I actually remember this because I was on a road trip with my mom and my brother. We were going down to one of the Six Flags park, because in the city I live in, we have a Six Flags, well, I mean, near where I guess it's not even really close to near, it's like an hour and a half away, but there's a Six Flags park called La Ronde, which is, it's an amusement park, right? For those who know what Six Flags is, it's bitch Disney. But one of the things is if you get a season's pass, at least to La Ronde, you get access to all the Six Flags parks. So, because we had season passes still around, because, again, like, if you buy them, like, if I would go buy one right now, the season pass is like $60. And it was to a point where my buddies had them, so I was going down there, I would say, like, once a week. Basically, I worked with one of my homeboys, and we both had seasons passes, and we both had Mondays off. So we'd go down to La Ronde basically every Monday, and we'd go ride roller coasters, you know, do all the shit you do at La Ronde. There's even a couple times where we're a little dumb, I won't lie. Food at amusement parks, for those who have been, are, I'd say, like 50% more expensive. And we drove an hour and a half to go to La Ronde just to go buy Amir's, which is a Lebanese, like, shawarma restaurant, there, and then drove back. No, we drove to a store that was near there, and then we drove back. So we went to go spend 50% more for lunch. We didn't ride a single ride. We wanted to ride one. We went there. It had a 2-hour line. We both said, fuck that, and we bounced. That goes to show how smart me and my friends are. I missed the damage. Fuck me. That is what it is. Yeah, I missed the damage. Oh, this only has 1 attack. I thought it had 2. Oh, I fucked up. Missed the damage and then healed him. Fuck me. So yeah, so we're on a road trip as, like, the whole spoiler season for Frozen Throne came out. And I remember that on the drive down, I had, like, downloaded videos of people talking about the set. It was right as all the set was spoiled. I was getting back on, I think it was the Monday from the road trip, and then Tuesday was, like, the launch or something like that. It was something similar to that. And I remember, like, people were, like, talking about, like, how fucking broken everything seems in the set. And then the first time I saw Ultimate Infestation, it was when I first heard it called Ultimate LUL. And that fit that card perfectly when that shit came out. That card was busted. Like, when I say busted, it doesn't fucking make sense. It was so good. Anyways, I feel like I went super off topic, but... So yeah, Spring Play was at 5. I believe there was another card in that set that ended up getting nerfed. I can't remember what it was. But basically, it ended up being... What the fuck is this? While dormant, gain 5 armor, draw a card at the end of your turn. Have I had 2 die now? Don't remember. I fucked up. I should have poked with this one. Give me this thing lifesteal here. I don't remember if I had 2 of them die for this, but I want to try and get full value out of this. I feel like I should. Oh, I did, definitely. But no, this is 2-1, so that makes it a 3-3. No, I've only had 1 die. What was I fucking talking about? Yo, ADHD is hitting hard today, fuck. It was hitting at work, fuck. I was calling orders and shit at work, and I couldn't even fucking remember what I called. So I'd call the order, everyone would start cooking it. I'd go do what I had to do, and then I would go do plating. And I'm just like, what the fuck was I doing? And I would reread the bill, make 1 plate, and be like, yo, what the fuck am I... Like, yo, ADHD was fucking me in the ass today. Ugh, low roll. High roll this. Oh, low roll again. I hate this game. Oh yeah. But when the set came out, or yeah, slightly after the set came out, Tempostorm had created a tier above tier 1 as S tier, and it was 4 druid decks. Are you bitch about the fucking law? I think I lose the game. And that was like the last time I remember a class, right? I'm not gonna say a deck, because to be fair, at that time I believe the druid decks were like 23 cards identical, and there was 7 cards that would change total across all of them. I have no more minions left in my deck, right? Oh no, I have a Vol'jin left. Yeah, so there was whatever I just said. Did he burn? I don't know what the fuck that card is. I'm not gonna... It's the last time I remember an entire class being this dominant, at least this popular, right? Yes, you've had times where there was a popular deck, right? That would be like 20% of the meta or 15% of the meta. But never, like, overall, I think it's at like 20 some odd percent of the meta is just Paladin. And again, it's 4 different decks, so it's also impossible to predict, right? So the last time I remember that was like that druid meta. It was fucking crazy. I don't know. I'd still like to see some amount of... Okay, I'm just good here. I'm just good. Okay, well, we ended up going, what, 5-1? Both the games that I recorded in casual, I had 1. So we're 7-1, basically, today with this 1 deck. Pretty good. Also, I ended up getting this last night. So, the last legendary we were missing. As well as a random pack and some gold to crack. Oh, wait, I meant to click here, go here. Get our coin. Get those. Finish that. 90% of collection. Let's go. Let's crack this and get some duplicate cards. Duplicates, yay! And now, so we're opening Cobalts, right? That's what I said last time? I believe so. We're gonna open 1 now, we're gonna open 1 tomorrow. And I think that's what we're gonna do. We're basically, whenever we have gold, we're opening 1, and then every Friday we're gonna open 7 packs. There's 7. 7 is an option, right? Or is it 10? I don't know if you guys can hear me fucking clicking, but... Look Clearly, this shit does not want to fucking work. Great, and now my fucking game. Yeah, but I believe it's 1, 2, 7, 15, 40, something like that. Okay, I'm gonna have to restart my cloud. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Game crash. That's always fun. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. I also looked. It is 1, 2, 7. I just looked up. Was it 7? Oh my god, my brain is so fucking dead. That's the wrong fucking. Yeah, 1, 2, 7, 15, 40, 60. Okay, I forgot the 60 originally, but it is what it is. But yeah, so every single video, I'm gonna try to open 1 pack at least, and every Friday we're gonna have a separate short of opening 7 packs of Caverns in Time until we open a signature legendary. Fucking hype for that. I'm excited to just crack extra packs. I like opening booster packs. It's fun. Anyways, as we're talking about Astral Automaton Priest, Robots Go Burr, Robot Punch. Pretty good. Actually, this deck is still very, very strong. Most people are not expecting it, so it should help. Also, I don't know if I said it in the video or if I said it previously in the failed recorded games, but I hope everybody had a beverage. If you guys didn't, go watch another video after this with a beverage. I was drinking myself a brewski while recording this. But yeah. Anyways. I have nothing else really to talk about. I'm gonna just end it off here. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as always. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Have a great rest of your day. And I will see y'all in the next one where hopefully we do with them more of that winning thing and maybe hit diamond. That'd be pretty dope. Alright guys, yeah. With that being said, I will see y'all there. Peace.